Hey guys, Canoopsy here, and virtual reality is essentially an escape from regular life and even the world. It can be used to watch a concert or sport, play a game, visit another part of the world, or now watch any YouTube video. In the simplest terms, the definition of virtual reality is a three-dimensional environment which is experienced through technology, where objects have a sense of spatial presence. In the last few years, especially with the introduction of the original Oculus Rift, the craze and popularity of virtual reality took off in a huge way. But where did it actually begin? Before things like the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive of today, there were a whole bunch of interesting evolutionary steps, such as TV glasses created by Hugo Gernsback and the Sword of Damocles. But the first idea of true virtual reality can be traced back to as early as 1935 in a short story called Pygmalions Spectacles. In this story, the main character meets a professor that invented goggles which give a sensory experience within a movie and the ability to interact with things around you within that movie. So it is definitely more advanced than what we have today, but the general idea was predicted 80 years ago. The idea of virtual reality was imagined way back then, but the first cheap consumer version and a device that is very close to VR of today was created, called the Viewmaster. The Viewmaster isn't exactly 100% a virtual reality headset, but it was a revolutionary creation when it was first released in 1939 and laid some groundwork and inspiration for headsets of today. The model I have is called the Model L and was released in the 70s and lasted till the early 2000s, but there are plenty of models and variations made. So how is the Viewmaster even close to a virtual reality headset? Well, the Viewmaster uses special reels. These reels were essentially the content for consumers to view. The reels range from things like movie stills to sightseeing and were a great alternative to postcards. You could take a trip around the world or jump into your favorite cartoon. The possibilities were nearly endless. Each reel basically shows a very similar image twice, one from a right perspective and one from a left perspective across from each other. When you insert the reel into the Viewmaster and view it, our brains combine the two images and give a slight 3D effect that brings along depth perception. By today's standards, it doesn't really seem too amazing, but it was one of the earliest ways to be essentially transported to another place or world. The ideas of escaping and being immersed into another reality is still a very popular idea and has continued to take off to this day. Mattel and Google have even partnered up for a new Viewmaster that blends ideas of augmented reality and virtual reality, knowing that this is the future. To conclude, virtual reality is one of the largest growing technologies of today. Maybe in the future we'll be able to taste, smell, touch, and interact with others in a whole new virtual world. But in our world full of innovation and technology, anything can happen. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts on the future of virtual reality, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.